You need to stop putting it off. You need to get started right now. You need to get started right now. I know I'm talking to you. Don't run now.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I'm talking to you. And if you're on this video and you have assignments you need to get done, you have work projects you need to complete, pause the video, go and do them and then come back. Because I mean, it's a video about getting started and not procrastinating. So
You need to leave.
you know, you need to finish those things and then come back. But if you're on today, I want to share with you a few things that I think if you learn these things quickly, getting started with something new won't seem as intimidating anymore. And my focus is going to be on like getting started with a business, getting started with YouTube, a new venture or something along that lines. Not necessarily doing assignments or anything like that, but there are principles that I think can be applied to even those situations. So I want to jump into those things right now. Let's go. So the first one, you don't need to have everything to start. And this is something that I ran into when I was getting started with YouTube. Actually, thinking back, I probably had the idea or the draw to get started with YouTube from before the pandemic. And I was just worrying about all the details. You know, I wanted to get the nice camera, I wanted to get the nice lights, I wanted to get the nice audio and all of that. And I spoke about it in a previous video. I found myself in the paralysis of analysis. So I spent so much time thinking about all the details and I never just got a camera and hit record and got started. And that's one of the things that I challenge you to do. Sometimes we get so worried about all the details. And I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take time to prepare. Do the research, do the checks that you need to make, but actually jump in and get started. You're not gonna have everything at the start, and I mean that's an opportunity for you to grow. So don't worry about it too much. If you want to get started with any new business, YouTube or anything like that, just jump in and get started. The next thing that I think if you learn early on, getting started won't be as intimidating, is not everyone is going to support you. And this may sound like a bit of a bummer, but I want you to think about a couple things, because I said it in a previous video that sometimes it may not necessarily mean that people aren't supporting you, but probably the way that you are expecting them to support it isn't the way that they actually do. I know there are many of my friends that watch my videos, that share my videos, but they probably haven't subscribed. They aren't gonna be the ones that are gonna comment on every post and stuff like that, but they're watching and they're sharing the content with their friends. And sometimes it may be a case that there are people that don't do any of those because maybe your channel and the things that you do on your channel isn't really something that speaks to them, so they won't really feel comfortable sharing that with a friend or whatever. That doesn't mean that they are bad mind or not in support of what you're doing, and that's totally fine too. So you launching out and venturing out into something new gives you an opportunity to tap into new audiences too, and to recognize that there are probably sometimes complete strangers that are gonna come in and support you in more tangible ways than even people that you know. And that's totally fine. It doesn't mean that your friends and people that you already know don't care about you, but maybe these new people that are on supporting you now, the content that you're putting out or whatever business opportunity that you're doing, that speaks to them a lot more, and that's okay. When you are getting started with something new, if you can recognize and just acknowledge the fact that not everyone is going to support you, I think that will help you to gauge your expectations a lot more. It can be discouraging sometimes, especially if you put a lot of work into what you're doing and you're not really seeing the level of support that you hope or from the people that you hope, and that's fine. That's fine. Just keep working. If you believe that what you're doing is something that is adding value to people, just keep on doing what you're doing. The next one that kind of goes closely to the previous two is try not to overthink it. Many people can get really into their heads about certain things. It may be even before you start, and then after you got started, you start overthinking whether you made the right decision, or you start worrying about what people are gonna think and stuff like that. And sometimes we spend so much time over analyzing things and coming up with scenarios that sometimes don't even exist. So don't spend too much time overthinking it. If you are excited about something, just dive in and keep on working on that thing. Skipping on to the next one, don't judge yourself too harshly, especially early on in whatever you are working on. I know for people that do YouTube, you have something called the analytics page where you can look like people that watch a video, how long people are watching your videos and stuff like that. I don't really pay attention to any of that right now, and that's largely because one of my goals is to record and publish 100 videos in my first year. That will give me a nice amount of data to analyze where I'm at, what's working, what's not working. And sometimes I think we are just way too harsh on ourselves, especially early on in our journey. Many of these businesses that you are looking at and probably getting discouraged by, that are making 5-6 figures, and other YouTubers that are earning X amount from whatever they're doing, many times that took years to build. So that's why I don't really spend a lot of time looking at the analytics, because it can be discouraging if you're looking at especially things that you spend a lot of time working on and it doesn't look like you're getting that response or that feedback that you were hoping. Don't judge yourself too harshly, especially in the early stages of whatever you are getting started with. It's gonna take some time to build momentum, to build a following, to build community for your business too. And I think many small businesses are getting discouraged because they're not seeing the kind of support, the kind of feedback that they were hoping to. Just keep on working on your product, keep on working on marketing yourself, marketing your business, and I believe that in the long run it will pay off. It's gonna take time to build on that momentum. And then the final thing is run your race at your own pace. They say comparison is the thief of joy, or something along that line. But if you spend so much of your time looking at other people's business and the amount of revenue that they are bringing in and stuff that other people are doing, I'm not saying that you cannot look at what other people are doing and get pointers and get areas that you may need to work on. But if you are spending so much time comparing yourself to other people, it will burn you out and you're gonna get discouraged so fast. So focus on your lane, focus on what you are doing, work hard on building your platform, on building your community, and it will pay off in the long run. I'm convinced. Track and field is a big deal for us here in Jamaica, and it's so important for you, if you are an athlete, to be focused on your lane, because if you run over into other people's lane, you get in trouble, you get disqualified. And many people have this kind of identity crisis when it comes on to businesses, and many people are trying to replicate the success of others, but there is only one you, and you are the only person that can be you. And we need more people that are trying to be their unique self in that way and just bring something fresh to the table, bring something new. So don't spend time trying to copy other people, trying to be somebody else in your craft. And seriously, just get started, just hit record, start looking at starting an Instagram page for your business and start sharing that with people. It's not gonna be probably sometimes the people that you expect to support you, but I know that support will come. So let's just recap. If you want to get started now and you're probably worried about different little things, I think these 5 things that we went through will help you. You don't need to have everything to get started or to start. Not everyone will support you, especially when you're getting started. Later on, when it's time to congratulate, people will come and want to clap you and all of that stuff, but the support may not be as strong, especially in the early moments. Try not to overthink it. Many of us can get in our heads a lot about different things. Don't judge yourself so harshly. We can really be difficult on ourselves, especially when things don't come together the way that we want them to. And then the 5th thing, run your race at your own pace. I'll probably make a part 2 to this video later on, but I just want you to jump in to get started. You may not have all the details. Take a leap of faith, get started. You never know, that idea that you are thinking of and have been putting on the back burner may be the idea that may change your life. So don't sleep on that idea, don't sleep on that business opportunity, and just jump in and get started. I have another video right here where I talk about some things that I didn't know about adulting, and I think you should check this video out. So click on it.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!